And I'm going to pan these all the way up because we like big vocals. Oh, hey everyone, thanks for joining me and myself. About 2 weeks ago I heard a song by Omar Apollo and immediately had to make my own version of it. I finished it, I loved it, I was really happy with it, especially the mix. And to make sure my ego doesn't get too big, I decided to ask one of my professional producer friends to take a look at it and knock me down a few pegs, so let's go see what he has to say. Okay, so I've actually heard the remake and I was impressed. I haven't listened to it on my setup with my monitors, but I listened to it on my phone and on my computer and it sounded good. Going into this, it sounds good and it doesn't really matter how you get to the finish line as long as it does sound good. So, without further ado, let's jump into the session. The main rhythm, I would assume, is this kick, clap, and snare. So let's solo these guys. Sweet. Okay, so those samples sound good, like right off the bat. Those are good sounding samples. Where'd you get those samples?
That's a great question. Some drum pack at some point
like
from
you
Reddit.
Just downloaded it? Okay,
yeah,
cool. Okay, I'm going to steal this sample from you.
Heck yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
That's the clap.
Yeah.
That's the snare. The snare's nice too. So let's keep running through here. You have a lo-fi on the kick here.
Yeah.
And you just added distortion
amounts.
Saturation. I'm curious as to what that's actually doing. So let's check out this little kick here.
Really clears it up, baby.
Good work, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is bass, and then the rest of this stuff is percussion elements.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to kind of solo them just so I can get a vibe here, and then we'll go from there. Understood. All right, so all the drums, or all the percussive elements together. On these drums, even the kick or even the snares, you have them sent to out 3/4 here, a bus that is not named, so that is going to the drum perc verb bus, and you just have D-verb chilling on there.
Yes.
And you did modify room 2.
I think I was like using a snare as a reference a bunch, and then I was just like, this sounds like crap, but I don't know how to fix it. Anyway.
You're doing it right. There's a balance between looking up settings that other people are suggesting and then also messing around so you can figure out how they got there. A lot of times when I get a new plugin, and even like a bunch of plugins that I use, I go through the presets, find something that's pretty close, and then tweak it to taste. But for this, I think these are like totally appropriate settings. I got no issue with them. Sounds good. You're using a little bit of it. And let's keep going. So yeah, let's jump into this bass here. So this, and again, I haven't heard the original song, but this is like totally a bass-driven song.
Yeah.
You could definitely mess around and get a little bit more low end out of it. A lot of the bass information is kind of in the 200-ish range. There's let's call it woolly. So you could tame some of that 200 just to make some room for the vocals, because that's usually where like a lower register will sit. And then you could even crank the sub a little bit. So let's experiment with doing that with just a stock EQ.
It's your birthday, baby, HBD. I didn't text back, I was making beats, so I can go from the gap to that ABC and spend $1 AD on a basic tee like oh shit, lotion. Ain't as smooth as this emotion. Hand me those in a cozy crib, ghosting from posting. Boy, I do exist. New chick in my life, so I told her this. My oh my, please walk by. I don't have the time to reply. My oh my, please walk by. I don't have the time.
So the goal there is just trying to get it to still have the impact, because when I took out that 260, if I were to solo the bass, I'd be like, oh, I actually kind of miss like, what's there, but I want to make room for the vocal, because the vocals got to be up front. It's the most important element. So you're kind of like moving where the information is, and then kind of getting to hit a little harder on the sub. Okay, real quick. Now I'm starting to mess around here. I'm going to start clicking. I'm curious to see what's going on just in the sub, just between the kick and bass relationship. I mean, they're balanced pretty well. Let's keep moving to the guitars here. Yeah, no complaints there. Yeah, the guitar sounds good. I will say, out of everything that we're hearing so far, besides this percussion, everything is pan-centered.
The guitar you might be able to throw a little bit off center. Let's see what happens if we throw it off axis, just a little bit. We're gonna pan that the opposite way so that the scratch guitar is kind of like one's on one side, one's on the other. And I would say for this little scratching guitar, let's get crazy and just pan it all the way over. Because it's not like super loud in the mix, just kind of like some ear candy. If you're listening on headphones, it sounds like all the way over there. Cool, and then with the vocals here, let's see what we got going on here.
It's your birthday, baby, HBD. I didn't text back, I was making beats so I can go from the gap to that APC and spend $1 AD on a basic tee like oh shit, lotion. Ain't as smooth as this emotion. Hemi doze in a cozy crib, ghosting. From posting, boy, I do exist. New chick in my life, so I told her this. My, oh my, oh my, please walk by. I
would open up this attack. This is going to let it... Basically, opening up the attack is going to let more of like the start of words kind of bite a little harder, which is just going to make it sound a little more like aggressive and kind of in your face.
It's your birthday, baby, HBD. I didn't text back, I was making beats so I can go from the gap to that APC and spend $1 AD on a basic tee like oh shit, lotion. Ain't as smooth as this emotion. Hemi doze in a cozy crib, ghosting. From posting.
R.I.P. headphone users.
It's your birthday, baby, HBD. I didn't text back, I was making beats so I can go from the gap to that APC and spend $1 AD on a basic tee like oh shit, lotion. Ain't as smooth as this
I found when I started mixing and stuff, you'd read stuff online about like, I don't know, it just made me like nervous to compress things. But I would say get really extreme with all your movements because you will like learn how things interact and then you'll like learn how to tastefully do things.
KD on a basic tee like oh shit, lotion. Ain't as smooth as this emotion. Hemi
I don't know. I'm gonna guess some sort of 57 or 58. Although, so all I'm hearing is that there's a little bit of room ambience in it.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So
I have a terrible room.
So maybe it was some sort of large diaphragm.
It is a 58.
It's a 58?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah. Okay, before hearing anything else.
Okay.
I'm just gonna literally copy the settings right over.
Yeah.
Because I'm a criminal.
Yeah.
But because I want those backup vocals to just kind of have the same setting and be just as upfront.
Yep.
And I'm gonna pan these all the way out because we like big vocals.
My, oh my, oh my, please walk by. I don't
100%. See how that vocal reverb is going.
So I told her this. My, oh my, please walk by. I don't have the time to reply. My, oh my, please walk by. I don't have the time to reply. Damn son, the song's my anthem. Putting moves on the track till a man can't run. Pushing shoes on the gas till a man has none.
I mean, it's not doing a whole lot.
No.
It's giving it like a little bit. Okay, let's check out the master bus now.
Okay.
My, oh my,
So this is where I think a couple little things can make a big difference.
Huge.
So right now you have a limiter on it.
Yeah.
And then an EQ that's not doing anything.
Oh, that was you.
That was me. That was me. Yeah, because who would ever do that?
Yeah,
That's
not me.
insane.
I'm dumb.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this guy on it. We're gonna use the Cory preset.
Hey guys, today's actually my tutorial on how to get free plugins you don't own. So talk to one of your friends that has a lot of stuff they paid a lot of money for. Tell them you're gonna make a YouTube video with them. Let them think they're helping you out, and then boom, all the Waves plugins you want.
Yeah.
See you guys
then
next
you get
time.
the mix. So on this plugin, all I'm doing is I want to glue it together a little bit because dynamically, I'm sure you've probably compared this to some other tracks, and there's points where it sounds like it's less loud, and then there's points where it feels like it dips underneath. And the reality is, in modern music, is like it's compressed.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that. We want it to hit hard, so we're gonna open up the slow attack to let all those transients get through, and then we're gonna do a fast release, similar to what we did with the vocal, because we want that kick to hit.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna just mute that for now.
Didn't text back, I was making beats so I can go from the gap to that APC and spend $1 AD on a basic tee like oh son. The song's my anthem. Putting moves on the track till a man can't run. Pushing shoes on the gas till a man has none.
It's interesting. Okay, so I'm trying to put a master bus compressor on it, and to get an effective even just a quick master, it relies on the mix being tamed, and on the mix not being too dynamic because you can't do all the heavy lifting on the master bus. So there's points where I have the setting and it feels like appropriate, and then there's times where, like right there, the bass guitar is a little dynamic, and then there's certain notes that are like pushing the compressor too far. So it's like, okay, if I set it to that point, then the other parts aren't bumping as hard as they could be, kind of thing. So that's where I would have to go through and start addressing small details within the mix to get everything going. So I don't think I'm going to be able to work too much magic on this. But I would say a big step for you, and let's try and make it out of a stock plugin here, would be to have master bus compression, and you can even get this engaged once you like build your rough drums. Because then you can kind of get it set to that, and then fold everything else in as you see fit. So let's go not to that. Okay, so let's go 4-to-1, 30 milliseconds. I don't know, all the way this way, and
It's your birthday, baby.
aim for like 2 to 3 dB of compression.
It's your birthday, baby. HBD. I didn't text back, I was making beats, so I can go from the gap to that APC and spend $1 AD on a basic tee like oh shit, lotion ain't as smooth as this emotion. Hand me those.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like the setting I was using. Again, I would have to kind of go through.
Yeah.
But I would say, with all intents and purposes, I think the mix you made is like a successful mix. It sounds good. At no point would anyone question it. And I think the elements are there to make something good, like a good mix out of it, kind of thing. The arrangement is right. There's nothing kind of lacking that would make it unmixable or anything like that. Yeah. Cool.
Told you, Dad. Huh?
Cool.
Thought I'd never be anything.
I think that's about it for Cory and myself. If you have any questions for him or for me, please drop them down below. I'm going to leave his YouTube channel linked somewhere over here. I think he's doing another video with a more in-depth mix on my song. If not, I don't need him anyways, right? Anyways, I finished shaving. I got this mustache on, and I said I wouldn't shave it until I upload the next video, so there's one coming to you very soon. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. That didn't work.
I don't have the time to reply. My oh my, please walk by. I don't have the time to reply. Damn son, the song's my anthem. Putting moves on the track till a man can't run. Pushing shoes on the gas till a man has none. And I choose to relax cause I can't fight bad luck. What's up? How you been? How's your man? Is your life in your hands? Would you like it if it crashes, flips over, falls, bends down like gymnastics?